In today's show, the Blazers start the weekend with an entertaining win and wrap it up by getting walloped. It's time to hold on to your joy in Rip City. Welcome to Locked On Blazers. Let's get into it.
You are Locked On Trailblazers, your daily Portland Trailblazers podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's up, world? It's your past first point guard and Trailblazers reporter, Mike Richmond. You're listening to another episode of Locked On Blazers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, available wherever you get podcasts and also on YouTube. Thanks for making this show your first listen, coming at you each and every weekday, Monday through Friday. So make it a part of your daily routine. Make it your first listen. Tell your friends to do the same. As Locked On Blazers, your team every day. In today's program, the Blazers got walloped on Sunday. We're not going to spend too much time on that one. The Blazers played Oklahoma City to wrap up the weekend and lost 95-122. A 27-point beatdown in which the Blazers were never closer than 18 in the second half. Yikes. But they opened the weekend with a win over the Warriors. A surprising win where the Blazers were, missing their dudes and got career nights from Sidi Sissoko, a career night from Caleb Love, a career high in rebounding from Donovan Clingan, a career high in assists from Deni Avdija. Everybody balled out and they got the win. We'll talk about both of those games. I think this was the first true hold on to your joy moment of the Trailblazers' young season. An ethos and expressed often here on Locked On Blazers, but I think this is the first time this year that we really have a chance to revisit the importance of holding on to your joy. Plus, Scoot Henderson is going to miss a bunch more time, it seems like, and Drew Holiday is out for a little bit longer indeed. We'll do a little health update to close the show and talk about the Blazers' final game of this road swing against the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's get into it. Let's start on Friday. We'll revisit this one a little bit later. Actually, let's go in reverse order because, yuck. Sunday evening, the Blazers coming off an impressive win on Friday night in the Cup, in the NBA Cup, but they're just back in a regular season game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. After a losing streak snapping victory against the Warriors, they face the Thunder. These dudes are the champs. They've got one loss in the year. It was against the Blazers on the second night of a back-to-back when the Blazers kind of rested their dudes. They came in at 16-1. They left a very comfortable 17-1. A very comfortable. OKC up 39-18 after one. Blazers briefly got as close as 16 in the second quarter and never got closer for the remainder of the game. In the second half, never closer than 18. They lose 122-95. I think Oklahoma City is, in this game, Donovan Clingan, who sprained his left ankle on Friday evening against the Warriors, did indeed play, but Rob Williams didn't. I assume that means Rob will play in the second night of a back-to-back against the Bucks. He got to pick one. I think this is the exact way I would have done it too. That makes sense to me. Play Rob in that second one because that's a much more winnable game than OKC. Like, these dudes are the champs. I think OKC is uniquely capable of taking Deni Avdija out of what he wants to do. Like, he didn't shoot well from 3, 1 of 8. And like, if you make jumpers, it really is going to change the flavor of things. But OKC shrinks the floor better than anyone else. They really pinch into the paint, and they really shut down the paint and shut down the floor and say, you can shoot if you're capable of, but you're really not going to find spots at the rim. And they fly around. They're athletic to contest shots on the perimeter, but they really do as good a job as any team in the league of just making the half court. Shrinking your space in the half court and making driving lanes so narrow. And Denny's such a downhill guy that this was like he had a stinker in this game. Like, he was not good. And the Blazers are just like very dependent on Deni Avdija being like better than pretty good. They need him to be awesome. And for the most part this year, he's been awesome and he wasn't very good. And the Blazers got throttled, and we don't need to talk too much more about that game. Rewind with me all the way back to Friday evening. The Blazers coming into Friday, coming into the Chase Center to kick off a road trip. They are Early in the day, they've announced that Drew Holiday's going to miss a couple weeks. Scoot's obviously still not back, and he's going to miss some weeks. But they're playing without Shaedon Sharpe in this game. They're just light. They're light on available players. CD Sissoko back in the starting lineup. You're going to get. You're going to get the Blazers kind of developmental parts playing big major minutes and them kind of leaning on guys to do stuff. And Portland comes out in this game and scores 35 points in the opening quarter and builds a lead. And it's just like, yeah, they're hooping. I thought Denny was again a good tone setter early in this game. But Steph Curry had 18 in the second quarter. He hit 6 shots, 5 threes. The shot he made, he got and one. Every shot he took scored 3 points on. And the Warriors are up 7 at halftime. And it could have been worse, right? But the Warriors won that second quarter by 14. It felt like the avalanche was really coming. But the Blazers didn't let the Warriors run away. They played a very strong third quarter, strong second half. They're down just 3 heading into the fourth. And when Denny Avdia hits his second free throw with 9 minutes and 15 seconds left, the Blazers get up 103-102, and they never trail again in the final 9 minutes, no matter what. They did not let the Warriors get back in front. The Warriors tried. 2 minutes left. Steph hits a step-back 3 at the top of the key, just right at the top of the key, cuts the lead to 117-116. Blazers get a bucket. Warriors again cut the lead to 1. A bucket inside from Pods to inside to Gary Payton. The second the mitten scores at the rim. Again, a 1-point game, 119-118. They're coming. It just feels like the Blazers are going to have one of those games where it's like, hey, they played really dang well and they just didn't have enough in the tank. But Denny drives, kicks out to Caleb Love, who steps into his 5th three-pointer of the game. Caleb Love? Yes, indeed. The dude is having the game of his life. Blazers up 4. Got to defend. Clock ticking under 90 seconds. Curry misses a 3, and the Blazers come down the other way, and Caleb Love takes an absolutely next-level bonkers heat check. It's a minute left in the game and 13 on the shot clock, and Caleb Love fires up a left wing 3. Now, he's hit 5 in this game. He's just hit one, 30 seconds earlier. Dude's never lacked for confidence. That is not his problem. He is a believer in himself. Absolutely bonkers heat check 3. But the Blazers get the offensive rebound, and then they don't get a shot off late. Jeremy Grant didn't get a shot off late. So they actually end up shot clocking it and giving it back to the Warriors with a 4-point game with 50 seconds left. Warriors run a little action to kind of use Steph Curry's gravity to induce some defense. The screener for him on that little split cut was Jimmy Butler. He slips. Draymond Green finds Jimmy. He gets to the rim. Great first block by Kamara. Physical block, challenge at the rim. Second one, Jimmy gets the rebound, gets fouled, hits 2 free throws. 2-point game, 43 seconds left. Blazers got to score. 2-point game, 43 seconds left. You got to score. And the Warriors know it. And they double team Denny Avdia. And Denny does what you have to do when you're double team. You get off the ball. He quickly gets it to Toumani Camara, but Denny's such a good cutter that double teaming him, particularly to avoid some matchups, right? Because the Blazers are matchup hunting. They're trying to get Steph Curry into the mix with Denny, but when they set that screen and bring Steph Curry into the mix, the Warriors just go ahead and I don't know what their call is for it. Some teams call it fire. They double team, right? They double team the ball. And Denny gets off it, gets it to Toumani Camara, and just immediately cuts to the rim, and Toumani finds him on the cut. And so now the Warriors are kind of in a scramble. They have to help. Help comes to the paint. Denny kicks out to Caleb Love, and he steps into his 6th three-pointer of the ball game. Bang! Denny, who's assisted the last 2 Love threes, finds him, draws that attention, finds Love. Love steps into one, 125, 120, 30 seconds left. Steph Curry hits a 3, but the shot clock was off by the time it went in. Warriors are forced to foul. Denny hits both free throws to put the Blazers up 4, and that's your ball game. They hold on and win 127-123. That's your fastest recap in the West. An awesome game on Friday night. A cup game. The Blazers, by virtue of this win over Golden State and a win that they had over Denver earlier. And on that same evening, Denver finding a way to get its own victory to beat Houston. the Blazers are a win and you're in on Wednesday night if they beat the Spurs. Like, this was a game that was not only like a much needed salve to end a 5-game losing streak, just an entertaining game down the stretch where Caleb Love hits monster shots. It's like it gives them a little bit of hope and a little bit of carrot for the winter, right? So sort of like the NBA Cup, this sort of like pre-Christmas NBA gimmick, a gimmick that quite frankly I enjoy. It was a huge win, a much needed win, and was also this win that reminds you of an old edict from Locked On Blazers past, the ethos of this program, in fact. Hold on to your joy. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Klingon, Rob, Ceedy, Love, Denny, and holding on to your joy in the second segment. Join me there, won't you? First, though, I want to tell you about Gusto. Let's be real. No one starts a business for the joy of calculating tax withholdings or managing payroll spreadsheets. That's where Gusto comes in, to take the stress out of payroll, benefits, and HR so you can focus on running your business and supporting your team. Gusto is the all-in-one remote-friendly payroll and HR platform that makes managing your team simple, transparent, and fast. Whether you're hiring, onboarding, or paying employees, Gusto helps you do it all from one place without hassles or without hidden fees. They got unlimited payroll for one monthly price, which means no surprise charges at the end of the month when you're running payroll for your employees. They got automated tools like offer letters, onboarding materials, and direct deposits that are going to save you hours each week if that is something that your company needs. And knowing you can reach certified HR experts anytime gives you real peace of mind. So try Gusto today at gusto.com/lockedonnba to get 3 months free when you run your first payroll. That's right, 3 months free payroll at gusto.com/lockedonnba. One more time, that's Gusto, Gusto, gusto.com/lockedonnba. Today's program is also brought to you by Wayfair. The holiday season is upon us, and that means it's time to get your home ready. Whether you need seating for guests, cozy new linens, or fun serveware for holiday hosting, Wayfair's Black Friday sale is here to help you make your space shine. And the best part, you don't got to wait. Wayfair's Black Friday deals are happening all month long. You can save up to 70% off everything from sofas to spatulas. Anything you're going to find anything like any style you like and something that fits your budget. So whatever you need, be it that kitchenware, be it big furniture, if you need to decorate a small space, if you need to outfit a small little apartment, every size, every style, every budget, plus everything ships fast and free. If you've ever hosted family for the holidays, you know how much difference a few new touches can make, and Wayfair makes that easy, so don't miss out on the Black Friday, the early Black Friday deals. Head to wayfair.com and shop Wayfair's Black Friday sale of up to 70% off. That's WAYFAIR.com. And the sale ends December 7th. All right. So, longtime listeners know this phrase. New listeners, I want you to learn this phrase with me. This is a classic from the mind of Mike Richmond, but it's something that I think has become part of what I really believe like fandom needs to have. Hold on to your joy. This is a reminder for someone. I can be a little pessimistic, but this is a reminder or a guiding light that life is hard. Sports are often not rewarding. So when you have a moment of joy, hold on to it. Because on Friday night, the Blazers played an incredibly rewarding game. I would say, me personally, I kind of like Steph Curry, but I know that many Blazer fans like legitimately hate. Hate is maybe too strong of a word, but earnestly dislike and do not care for the musical stylings of the Golden State Warriors. Don't like them. Don't care for them. So not only was it a team that you don't like and don't care for, but it was an unexpected win. The Blazers had been scuffling. I mean, they played some close games, quite frankly. Like they hadn't really been throttled until on Sunday they got throttled. But they played some close games. They just hadn't been able to win. The injuries are piling up, and they're piling up in mostly just dudes who play guard. And so they're missing sort of a core skill sets on their team, and they're already, kind of light on shooting as is, and light on ball handling is, and passing, et cetera. And now all of the players who sort of can do that are not around. And then Sunday comes, and they play the champs, and the champs look like the champs, and the OKC's has one loss. It's to the Blazers. You knew they weren't going to make it 2 losses. They were going to play a focused game. I mean, I guess the Blazers have some say in how that goes, but you knew that you were going to get a fully focused Oklahoma City team, and they thrashed them. And even that loss speaks back to the whole point of holding on to your joy. If you have a moment that you appreciate, and I think Friday's game was easy to appreciate. Hold on to it, cherish it, hold it close. Don't let people take it from you. That is how you have to protect yourself, protect your peace, and steal a little bit of joy in a world that can be cold and unforgiving. But the Warriors game was just straight up fun. I thought Donovan Clingan was awesome in the first half. He had a career-high 22 rebounds. And because he was crushing the Warriors on the offensive glass, they actually ended up going big. They said, we have to play bigger lineups, not smaller. Clingan is a problem for us, right? Steve Kerr talked about that in his postgame. It's like we just had to switch. We had to go bigger. Like we couldn't hang. The Warriors did a good job once they got a little bit bigger of hunting Clingan in pick and rolls and having Clingan. He rolled his left ankle. It looks bad. And then he came back in the game and played fine. But he didn't play at the end of the game because the Warriors were kind of hunting him in pick and rolls, and Steph Curry just was not a good matchup for him. So they went to Rob Williams, who played in this game, and I thought Rob was awesome. I thought Rob Williams was awesome. This was his best game of the year. I don't think that's even remotely controversial. He finished with 8 points, 11 boards, 2 assists, 3 blocks in a season-high 20 and a half minutes. So you get 2 awesome games from your centers. Clingan was good. Rob was good. Rob closes the game. Clingan starts the game. You get your balance. They do different things, they were both really good. Sita Sissoko had a career-high 15 points and matched his career high with 5 assists. He hit 3 of 7 threes. Caleb Love played a game that he may never match. He was fantastic. He may never match that quality, right? He was hooping. 26 points, 7 boards, 5 assists, added a steal. Caleb Love hit 6 of 14 threes against the Warriors, including 2 in the final 90 seconds to put them up 4 and make it tough on the Warriors, and then another to put them up 5 and kind of ice the game. So the Warriors were in scramble mode, right? So they had to make their shots and get lucky, and Denny hits 2 free throws and ices it. But this was like the perfect storm type of game. The best scoring game of Sidi Sissoko's career and one of the best playmaking games of his career. The best game that Rob played all season. An awesome Donovan Clingan game. Caleb Love, 6 of 14 from 3. Coming into the game in his prior 7 appearances this season for the Blazers, he was 6 of 30. In his NBA career, prior to Friday evening, he was 6 of 30 from 3. 6 of 30 from 3. He was 6 of 14 against the Warriors. He made as many threes in that game as he had made in his NBA career to date. Then he followed that up with a 1 of 8 shooting night from 3 against Oklahoma City. He is 7 of 38 on the year in all of those other games. Excuse me. He's 7 of 38 in all the other games. That's perfect storm, right? Hold on to your joy. Is this a repeatable performance from Caleb Love? No, he's probably not going to hit 6 threes again. I'm going to go ahead and say he was not going to hit 6 threes in a game this season. Is Sidi Sissoko going to be, have 15 and 5 often? He might grow into that at some point. That's not as lofty as 6 3-pointers, but he hasn't, right? Yet in his career. Denny Avdia had a career high 13 assists, 26 points, 13 dimes. He's just a problem for teams. Like, he was a problem for the Warriors. They couldn't handle him. I don't know how good the Warriors are, like, in the grand scheme. Like, I don't think they're championship level good. I'm not even sure they're win a playoff series good, but they're not a bad basketball team by any means. And the Blazers, hung with them through 3 quarters, took a lead and held it for the final 9 minutes. And when the Warriors and Steph freaking Curry made a push, refused to give it up. And they refused to give it up because Denny Avdia was making plays and dishing to people who were making shots. Denny making the right read, his teammates rewarding him for making the right shot. Hold on to your joy. And I can't stress this enough. The whole ethos of hold on to your joy is because Friday was fun and Sunday sucked. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. And if nothing else, like if even to take it another layer, not if nothing else, to take it a layer further, precisely because the way the Blazers played on Friday, at the level they played on Friday, is probably hard to replicate for the majority of the actors in this particular play. Career night from Love, career night from City. I don't know. You probably aren't going to get that level of production from them. And you don't need to apologize. You don't need to well-butt that. I'm a well-butt kind of guy. This is a well-butt kind of podcast. But what I encourage you to do is to say, who cares? Who cares if they never do it again? I loved that. I'm going to hold on to my joy. That's the ethos. In spite of what happened Sunday, and in spite of it seeming like a kind of like one-off weirdo performance, that's what makes it fun. That's what joy is. That's what it's like to watch a sports team and enjoy it. Hold on to your joy. Let's talk Blazers injury updates. We got a little bit of news, and then look ahead to their game against the Bucks. Join me in that third segment. We will do just that. First, though, let's talk FanDuel. The NBA season is here. No better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game or you want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who's going to score the next bucket to fourth quarter comebacks to how many three-pointers Caleb Love's going to hit. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payouts. FanDuel adds another layer to your viewing experience. If you're already viewing things, why not check out FanDuel? And if you are a new customer checking out FanDuel for the first time, they got a great deal for you. FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Find a bet you like, that you're confident in, that you know is going to hit. Put $5 down on it, and once that bet wins, whatever it might be, new customers get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Head over to FanDuel, sign up, and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Today's program is also brought to you by DUER. They're making truly comfortable jeans. I'm rocking their performance denim. I got the relaxed taper cut. I got them in black. They look good. I can do things like go to work, go out to dinner and drinks with friends and look well put together. But I can also just like run errands and lounge around my house and be comfortable. Because DUER jeans are really stinking comfortable. They got 5 times the stretch of traditional denim, and they combine the classic jeanswear style with the kind of comfort and performance you get from athletic wear. It's the best of both worlds. DUER are the pioneers of blending technical innovation with everyday clothing. They invented the original performance denim. Simply put, DUER makes the world's most comfortable pants without having to sacrifice style. Trust me, once you try these, they'll be your go-to, and you can check out DUER in store here in Portland, Northwest 23rd. They're at 820 Northwest 23rd Avenue. You can pick up a pair for yourself or as an amazing holiday gift. And when you're there in store, mention my promo code LOCKEDONPortland. You get 15% off your first order, or you can check them out online at shopduer.com/LockedOnPortland for 15% off. That's shopduer.com/LockedOnPortland. Still a pass first point guard. I'm still Mike Richmond. You're still listening to Locked On Blazers. Oh, dang it. Here's why you hold on to your joy. Because the injury report's just been too fat for the Blazers. It's just filled up with folks. The Blazers announced on Friday, prior to their game against the Warriors, that Drew Holiday will be reevaluated in 1 to 2 weeks for a right calf strain. So, you know, 2 weeks would be into the first week of December before we hear an update on Drew. It stinks. It's a bummer. He'd been hooping, and he'd been really he'd been such an important part of what they do. Like he's a good basketball player, and he'd been very helpful in terms of just skill set wise for the Blazers. They need, they built a roster that doesn't have many point guards. They were reliant on Drew being available, and when he had been available this year to begin, he'd been really, really good. He'd been probably their second best player. He was good. The other news is just, this stinks. Scoot Henderson. We got an update. This is your 8 weeks. So Scoot Henderson, when they initially announced his left hamstring injury, they said that he was out 4 to 8 weeks, and Joe Cronin said it could be 4 to 10, and it could be a little longer because hamstrings can be tricky. Scoot, they at the time, Cronin also said that Scoot's not going to need surgery as far as they know, so that seemed like a positive. And at the 8-week mark exactly from the initial press release from the Blazers, we got this following update. Scoot Henderson continues to progress through the current phase of his rehabilitation for his left hamstring injury. He will be reevaluated in 2 to 4 weeks based on his clinical progress. His status will be updated as appropriate. Sounds like Scoot's going to miss another month. So that puts him back at Christmas. Reevaluated around Christmas is what this sounds like. 3rd week of December. Stinks. He's looking at missing half the year, 40 games. It's no good. It stinks. There's no other way to put it. It's why you hold on to your joy, because that is just it's a big year for Scoot, right? It's a big year for Scoot. It's a big year for Scoot because this is the 3rd year of his NBA career. It's a big year for Scoot because the team added Drew Holiday and Damian Lillard into the mix, and it's like, hey, they think these guys help in the immediate. Do we still have this point guard who helps in the immediate and deep into the future, or what? How does Scoot fit with Shaedon Sharpe? Shaedon Sharpe really struggled with some efficiency stuff, probably because the ball was in his hands too much. If he's an off-ball guy, does Sharpe unlock Sharpe? Like, is he additive where he really helps bring out the best in players? Who does he play with? Like, all of the data you want to get from Scoot as he would continue to play well, and just because he's like a human being with a body, and you want those people to have the opportunity to play basketball, because I bet that's what Scoot likes to do. It stinks, but that's life. Shaedon Sharpe has not played. He's missed 3 consecutive games with a calf strain, a right calf strain that he sustained last week against the Phoenix Suns. No update, no official word on that, and I have not seen, if there has been some reporting from folks on the road, I have not seen it. I apologize, as I'm recording this on Sunday evening, but I think we just don't know. I think we just don't know. In general, I guess because they haven't announced anything and they gave an update on Scoot and Drew and Shaedon wasn't in that press release, that probably reads as good news. But we don't know, and that it's, injuries stink. It's a bummer. Blazers close out this road trip, their 5th game in 7 days against the Milwaukee Bucks in Cream City. That is the beautiful Milwaukee, Wisconsin, on a Monday evening. The Bucks are playing without Giannis Antetokounmpo. They are, believe it or not, a lot worse when he doesn't play. They are leaning on Ryan Rollins, former Warriors great. You'll get a lot of Kyle Kuzma. You'll get a little bit of the Bobby Portis experience, Miles Turner, Derry Bird, that's AJ Green, some old friends and Gary Trent Jr., or an old friend in Gary Trent Jr. But this Bucks team is just much like the Blazers, light on dudes who can dribble. They have some shooting, but so much of it is reliant on the Giannis Antetokounmpo playmaking. This is a winnable basketball game. Yes, second night of a back-to-back travel game. Yes, 5th game in 7 days. Just a rough patch of the schedule. But this is a winnable game. And while I don't think placing meaning on these games and saying they have to beat the Bucks, it's just a stupid way to look at the NBA season. It's long and forever. They should win this. They should win this game, right? Or maybe not even should. They can win this game. And if you assume that Rob plays, that's Rob Williams, they are equipped to handle this team that can play a somewhat big front court, even if they're bigger when Giannis plays. So winnable game. right in their wheelhouse. Certainly a long trip and a long or quick turnaround. Going from Oklahoma City to Milwaukee, but winnable game, and then they're back Wednesday. And like I mentioned, we'll talk about this later in the week, but Wednesday's huge because if they beat, when they get back here, if they beat the Spurs, they advance to the elimination round of the NBA Cup, which is still just a regular season game, but it's a regular season game with a little more juice. And I think watching the Blazers play important games is fun. So yeah, that's your show. Come back for more shows later this week. We're still gonna do 5 this week, even if it's American Thanksgiving. I'm gonna make it happen. Look for them in your feed at the same great time, same great taste at the normal time this week. I don't think there's going to be any delays. I'm back in town. We're making it happen. Tell your friends about the podcast. Tell them they can get it wherever they get podcasts and also on YouTube. I appreciate you listening. I will talk to you soon.